Fighting out of the blue corner. Ему 26 лет, рост 170 сантиметров, вес 66,15 килограмма. С профессиональным рекордом в 14 побед при 2 поражениях и стилем MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, he's 26 years old, standing 170 centimeters tall, official weight 66.15 kilos. Professional record: 14 victories and 2 losses, and his style is MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, here is Leonardo Limberger. Его соперник в красном углу, fighting out of the red corner. Ему 28 лет, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 66,15 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд: 12 побед, 4 поражения. Его стиль — ударная техника. He's 28 years old, standing 175 centimeters tall. Official weight 66.15 kilos. As a striker, with professional record 12 victories and 4 defeats, из Новосибирска, Россия. Приветствуйте, Александр Peduson! Referee Łukasz Bosacki.
Łukasz Bosacki is the referee in charge of this bout. Alexander Peduson against Leonardo Limberger.
And by the way, you might have noticed that the nickname of Alexander Peduson is Phoenix. And so that is today, this is the exact moment when Alexander Peduson will follow this nickname, because he's now on his 3-fight losing streak, and he lost to Yusuf Raisov, Alexander Poputnikov. So
he can rise as Phoenix.
Exactly, definitely.
If he wins.
But his opponent is a really tough guy to beat, quite experienced.
So far we can see that Alexander Peduson is faster than his opponent.
Moving a lot.
Low kick produced by Leonardo Limberger.
Oh, it was a nice high kick, by the way, from Alexander. So both these fighters like to strike, and they know how to do it. And just like you said, that Limberger gets the center of the cage and pressurizes the opponent. But for Alexander, it's not a problem, actually, because he knows how to work in counters. He knows how to move, how to use his footwork, so that is exactly what he does now.
Limberger squeezing an opponent, but without any punches so far.
Well, I think that he's searching for the right moment to attack. He's preparing his combinations. Good leg kick, by the way, from Limberger, and Alexander Peduson wanting to use a Superman punch from the cage. Anthony Pettis style.
Limberger has very solid kicks, but he hasn't produced so far any of them.
Well, actually he did. The first one, the first leg kick, it was hard, quite hard. Oh, nice one too. And Limberger started with the body, transferring his combination to the head, a classical one for striking. And a good left hook for Limberger. You see that the Brazilian fighter pushes forward, uses the fake moves to confuse the opponent. And by the way, Alexander tried to do the same. He wanted to kick the opponent to his head after the feints, but Limberger's defense was just perfect.
Yeah, but that was a nice spinning back fist produced by Alexander Peduson.
Another high kick from Limberger, but blocked an attack from Alexander.
Nice one too by Limberger.
So far, both fighters cannot overcome the defense of each other, because they had, oh, nice combination from Alexander, double right hand on different levels.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the first round. And the middle kick, nice combination by Limberger, by Peduson, sorry.
And a good one too from the Brazilian fighter, but blocked again. A stiff jab, and here comes the exchange.
The jab by Peduson.
And a groin hit from the Russian fighter. So far, for me, it's a really, really close round because we did not see many connections, many clean shots, but despite of the fact that both fighters tried to stay active, they really tried to hurt each other. Well, that was definitely a groin hit and no simulation from Leonardo. And he needs some time to recover. And look at his left eye, some redness in it. Maybe it was an eye poke or something like that.
Maybe, who knows? But the fight goes on.
So Alexander Peduson apologizes for this illegal move.
1 minute to go. Limberger comes forward, squeezing an opponent. Nice 1-2 by Limberger.
Limberger lands home 2 big shots.
Delivered and connected.
And a nice high kick attempt from Peduson. Alexander decided to change the stance, and immediately Limberger throws a big high kick from the right. And so I think that the Brazilian fighter will try to produce more shots from the right hand and with the right knee or something like that. And look at this pressure from Limberger.
What a connection.
That's a good counter from Limberger. Peduson tries to respond, but still Leonardo Limberger shows a very, very good defense. Well, he's really good at blocking the shots, despite of the shin guards, the small gloves. You cannot cover yourself totally, but still we see that
Spin back kick by Limberger.
and another jump kick from Peduson, and he's now on his back, but there was not enough time for Limberger to improve this position, and the round is over.
Yeah, but that was a great recognition of level changes. And the round is over, very close round. Alexander Peduson showed us good footwork in the first.
That was a Superman punch with a combination from Alexander Peduson. And to my mind, during the first round, Leonardo Limberger had a slight advantage in connections, in clean shots, in accurate shots.
He was more accurate in this first round.
And the break is over.
Here we go, round number 2.
It's time to resume the fight.
Round. Round 2.
Good leg kick from the Brazilian. Another one. So far, Limberger tries to use the leading leg, hitting the different levels. Oh, nice counter from Limberger.
Very sharp fighter, the Brazilian.
So that is exactly what we were talking about, especially about the accuracy of the shots, because Alexander Peduson tries to respond. He also, oh, big shot from the right by Limberger. And still, Leonardo has more clean shots than the opponent, and that's obvious.
And a middle kick by Limberger.
Actually, it's not a typical last name for the Brazilian, Limberger. It sounds like German or something like that.
Both fighters at the center, and the low kick by Limberger, and the middle one.
Another spinning back kick from Alexander Peduson, but Limberger was just ready for that.
Another 1-2 by the Brazilian.
Peduson tries to attack the body, but blocked again, and changing the level. Tries to hit the head, but look at this defense. Limberger sees all these shots. He's more than ready for that. So I think that Peduson needs to work smarter. He needs to hide his actions, to confuse the opponent. But still, it's really hard to do for him.
Yeah, Peduson has to produce more. Right now, all for the Brazilian, the style of fight. That's exactly what he needs to do here.
And Limberger continues to pressurize the opponent, to push him straight to the fence, and a good combination from the Brazilian.
Yes, another connection. Jab. 2.5 to go in the second round. And
Well,
Peduson tried to exchange a little bit more, but without any success.
Yeah, for me it was this combination, this attack was a little bit desperate or something like that, because he understands that he needs to do something, but he doesn't know how exactly, what to do to crush the opponents. He still tries, he's still struggling, but it's really hard for him because Limberger has quite an advantage here. Good connection with the jab. And we see that Limberger is not in a rush, just working, doing his job.
And he feels very comfortable with that. Good timing. And the clinch. 1.5 to go in the second round. Peduson has to separate.
Well, I guess so. I guess so. A shoulder strike from Limberger.
And some stomps produced by Peduson. Limberger still holding him at the fence.
Tries to use the knee strikes. Oh, very good combination from hip to the body and an elbow hit. And as far as I could hear, Limberger follows the instructions from his corner.
And the corner of Peduson said that there is not much time left.
And Alexander Peduson wants to get the end of the round. He wants to stay busy at the very end of the round. But he needs more connections. He needs more accurate shots, some clean shots. But so far there are not many of them actually. And 10 seconds to go in this round. See that Leonardo. Oh, and actually the referee could get his hit. Well, we always say that the referee, the profession of the referee, is quite dangerous because of that. Because when he stops the fight, when he breaks it, he needs to stand between the fighters, even taking that risks being hit or knocked out. And we saw several knockouts when the referee goes down and he just cannot get up.
As far as I know, Łukasz Besacki has his own MMA academy in Poland and works there as a coach.
So he get used when he's stroke. We see some scratches on Alexander's face. And the break is over, and we're about to start the third and the final round. Alexander Peduson versus Leonardo Limberger, and I remind you that
Round 3.
before the third round, Alexander Peduson is still on his 3-fight losing streak. He lost to top fighters, but still. And a high kick attempt from Alexander.
And the Brazilian coaches say that Leonardo Limberger has to work on the face more.
Excelente! Excelente! Atento, queixo baixo, guarda alto.
Well, looking at Leonardo Limberger's actions and looking at him, well, it seems to me that he opened the hunting season or something like that, because he's so determined, he's so confident. Just
Accurate, sharp.
And Limberger tries to steal some space from Alexander Peduson to lock him down, not to let him, the opponent, to get out, to move back or to make a sidestep, but just to lock him beside the cage and to crush him, to shoot him down.
Limberger seems to be ready to produce some combinations right now, but he doesn't do it.
And so far he stays behind the jab and not many punches are coming from him. And a takedown attempt, by the way, from the Brazilian, well, that's surprising for me actually, because, well, I wonder why did he do it, because everything was just quite good for him while they were standing.
But as you can see, he works in the clinch right now. But Lukasz Brzezinski separates them.
And what happened? Was this a groin hit or something?
I guess it was.
Alexander Peduson says that he's all right and he's ready to continue. And let's continue.
One, two.
But Peduson blocked it and defending himself. Of course, Alexander Peduson needs to do something more. He needs to throw more shots, more combinations. But he understands all the risks, because Limberger is a very big hitter. He's a very tricky striker, and whoa, that's a good combination from the Brazilian fighter. And another one. Oh, down he goes!
Very close to win, to finish this fight.
And Limberger rocks Alexander Peduson down, and Alexander tries to trap the opponent's wrists and hands in order not to get bitten, and of course he needs some time to recover after this.
But he has to be active, even defending himself.
Oh, look at this punishment from Limberger. Alexander Peduson is really stunned, and Limberger puts one hook inside. Maybe he will try to get the control of the back and to submit the opponent due to a rear naked choke. And of course, Limberger needs to produce some good striking here.
And the choke attempt.
And that's it, he tapped out. And Leonardo Limberger is the winner of this fight, and he makes Alexander Peduson to tap out, and this is the 4th loss in a row for the Russian fighter, unfortunately for him. And I'm not sure that the league will extend the contract with him, and because recently, some fights ago, Alexander Peduson was a top prospect of the league of this weight category, was a bright prospect, but several losses in a row, and this one, the 4th one, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was a classic choke by Leonardo Limberger, who seemed to be a striker through the fight, but he decided to go for a takedown, and he won it.
Yeah, he prepared his opponent for that takedown. He prepared him for that submission.
Дамы и господа, время остановки боя 3 минуты и 8 секунд третьего раунда. Ladies and gentlemen, we have time 3 minutes and 8 seconds of round number 3. Удушающим приемом победу одержал your winner by submission victory, rear naked choke, Leonardo Limberger. И аплодисменты его сопернику Александру Педусону.